Dang it. What's up, MSFers? Sorry I'm a little late today. Yeah, we're gonna do a defense up recording, and I'm gonna go refresh the store a bunch for alien spores is probably about all we're gonna do today. It's Friday. Friday's sometimes my favorite day to be streaming. The time I stream on Friday mornings, for those of you watching this on YouTube, there is nothing going on in Marvel Strike Force until the minute I sign off, and then everything happens while I'm watching other streamers. So Friday can go one of two ways for me. It can be a total snooze, or the people who also have nothing to do will show up here and we'll have a great time. You never know how it's gonna go. Yeah, so we're gonna do a defense up recording today. Hopefully we'll get a bunch of people on the voice channel and we will argue heatedly in the channel over somebody's roster. We're just gonna do one today. I'm gonna keep it kind of short. I got some things I gotta do. Late to stream, early to leave. I know, I'm just barely phoning it in these days. What's up, Free to Play Frog? What's up, Doolam? What's up, Pathfinder Gaming? What's up, Rolf Karen? What's up, Ahmad Elcott? Did they seem receptive to the info y'all gave them in the call? Somebody's paying attention to what's going on. Yeah, I would say yes, Doolam. I would say they seemed receptive. They always seem receptive, though. They are definitely listening to what the envoys are saying. It was a positive call. I thought there was a lot of positive things on the call. What's up, Cleaning Agent? Cleaning Agent, did you find somebody for tonight? Can I tell you what the Crucible rooms are? Killshot, when 12 videos launch simultaneously, you'll know what the Crucible rooms are. You think so? Good, good. Let's go into the store first before I make some sort of a mistake here. Oh, good. I haven't. Hey, look, alien spores. What a coincidence. Okay. And then we'll refresh because I'm very hungry for those spores. I feel like I need to get more of these just in case. There it goes. Let's do another one. Ooh. I'm gonna get some vibranium too while I'm at it. If I'm paying 50 cores to refresh the store, man, I'm gonna get the things that pop up in here. They are hand minions, get an extra 1,000,000% stats, and the minions still suck. When does NDA for all CC rooms? Madman, even if I did know, we wouldn't be able to tell you when the NDA falls. So they did take my minion room seriously. Hydra Sniper has a one-shot on his special for the next season. Wouldn't that be funny? I asked for a minion room where they get 1000k stats. I mean, you're not spending gold on any tunes right now until you hit 96, so you might as well get all the spores you can, exactly. What's up, Rich on Chips? Hey, buddy. Hey, Rich on Chips, are you gonna be hanging around tonight on Twitch? I heard it has to be one minion from each faction. This minion thing is all BS, guys. There is nothing about minions that I know of. What's up, Raven the Wraith? Hey, Raven the Wraith, did I finally get the right video posted, bud? I felt so stupid. I got to basketball practice and you're like, my defense up video is 2 hours long. I was wondering, I was like, man, this upload is taking forever. Yeah, my bad. Sorry. Nothing here. Just scroll down there. We're gonna speed scroll through most of this. Nothing. Bloodborne nanobots? No thanks. Infinite energy. 61. I'm okay. I'll stay with 61. Augmented superhero serum. I can't fathom building the Invaders team. I just can't fathom it, so I'm not gonna bother with that. Let's go get some of this currency. Nothing immediate. No emergencies I need to purchase there. Orbs are orbs. Those are orbs also. I'd love to get a 6-star on Doom. Don't need to, though. Don't need any of those characters. I don't need any of those characters. Cloak's not going to do me any good with bigger stats. Except maybe his focus, I guess, maybe. I'd buy all uniques, you never know. Still waiting on what team needs the Olympic extracts. That would have been a good question to ask him. I would get a 3rd star on Kestrel. I have decided that she is so incredibly powerful and used so many different places. If I happen to have 280 when she rolls through this, I will purchase that. Not a whole lot, Daddy Rorks. We just got things fired up. I'll put 7 on Drizzler. I'll put 7 on Drizzler. Vral, the rumor was that we were getting Hercules, but then Disney put the kibosh to that after they already implemented the gear and the character got put on hold. I'm doing great, Devils fan. Other than I'm losing my voice. The Drizzle! The Drizzle, Pathfinder. D to the R, Drizzler, right here, in all her glory. Some red dots to click on. Always enjoy clicking those red dots. You know what? I'm gonna jump over to the voice channel right now since we got to get going on this thing here pretty soon. Oh my goodness, they're already waiting for me.
We had to fight 2 million next stream. I was like, fuck.
What's up, Rolf, Karen, and Doolam?
Hello.
Hey. Pull this music down a little bit in my ear. I'm curious what chat thinks about the new player experience as it stands and what you guys... I'm a little late gathering this info, by the way, but whatever, I've been busy. I'm a little curious on what the new player experience is like. We've got a couple of content creators who are engaging in new player content and know it firsthand. I'm curious about what you guys in chat think would be good improvements for new player experience and to bring new players to the game. Like if you weren't playing Marvel Strike Force but saw an advertisement and you went looking around and asked people, what sort of information would entice you to pick up this game and try playing it? And Doolam and Rolf Karen, you guys, if you guys have ideas, you can throw them out there as well.
You can share your stream. It's a great idea.
It's not like I'm doing anything. I'm clicking red dots over here.
That's fair. I mean, Dorky and I kind of talked about it this morning when we recorded a video. I feel like Stark Tech is just outdated and takes way too long to go. Mm-hmm. Having to get to a certain alliance level to do war is just stupid. There's a lot of things. Obviously, Dorky has a way better insight because he's been doing it. But like, I brought up like ISOs, cores, everything in general, and he's like, "No, yeah, I got all that down." I think it needs to be streamlined so it doesn't take as long. I think the speed of it to get to 65 to unlock those fun events takes too long. I think it should be half the time.
Stocky, I don't know. There's a point at which Scopely doesn't want to just give everybody everything to expedite them. They want players spending money. They want players feeling some bottlenecks along the way. The question is getting that to a smooth kind of progression where you're grinding, you're pushing, you feel like you're making progress, but you're kind of working through the mud, you know? And that maybe you get frustrated enough to purchase, but not so frustrated that you quit.
It's a hard line to find.
Oh, absolutely. This is not an easy
Almost
task.
Impossible.
Currency balancing, progression balancing, all that stuff, that is super duper hard, and it changes as the game changes too. New players are progressing at an insane rate compared to what any one of us did. I 100% agree with that.
Yeah, 'cause the ceiling is so much higher. That's why their new players are progressing so fast.
What I've been hearing outside of Twitch, from other people and from other people's channels and stuff, I've been hearing blue gear is a little ridiculous.
It's always been ridiculous.
And you want to know the easiest way to fix that? Every time you level up and you're still in the level, so you know how like every 5 levels equates to a gear tier in Marvel Strike Force, right?
Yeah.
So like let's say the first 50 levels are all blue gear, whatever it is. I don't know what it is. I know green comes first. Why don't you just get like 1,000 or 500 blue gear orbs, or like 250 blue gear orbs every time you level up? So you don't have that problem. Because I feel like that's not going to entice someone to spend on blue gear. They're just going to quit the game.
I think to an extent, Scopely does want them to bump into the blue gear problem, but right now they're hitting it full on, breaking their nose. And I don't think Scopely wants to just give it to them, but they understand that it needs to be relieved to an extent. Like there's like you'll get into an area of the game where you've progressed past places where you naturally gather blue gear, but you still need it.
I think one thing that I've noticed for a while is that when Scopely makes the newer characters farmable, especially in like campaigns, it always goes to like the hard campaigns, and like the hard campaign is gated behind, I forgot what level. I think there's a level 75, right? For the villains for like hard heroes, hard villains. And if you look at like the other like prior campaigns, like I would say that only 20% of the characters are like viable nowadays, or like characters that newer players should build. Yeah, so like obviously there are other ways to farm characters, but you're talking about like from the campaigns itself. Yeah, like for example, Cersei I think is in Heroes Heart 2 or something like that, or Villains Heart 2. So yeah, it's that kind of thing, because like the early game players are mostly farming fluff. Right, there's the odd like Venom, there's the odd like Captain America, which is like a big question mark like today. Other than that, yeah.
I think that concerning so character farming is something that's always going to be an ongoing change, because the teams get revamped, they get power crept. It's a constant back and forth struggle. That's not something I care to even comment on how they should fix that. I just feel like when it comes to blue gear, that people should, as long as they are fully engaged in the game, they should always be able to progress and not be completely hung up on a blue gear bottleneck or another bottleneck. However, it doesn't mean that they should just have it handed to them either. It's just, you shouldn't have to be farming blue gear when you want to be farming better resources out there for your characters, right?
Yeah.
$200 days to get to DD5 level of play. 200-ish days to get to DD5? Really? I bet people could get there faster than that, Free-to-Play Frog. Training mats is the worst bottleneck for new players. Well, hold on to your seat, Free-to-Play Frog. Training mats is going to be the hardest bottleneck for everybody real soon. What's up, Pathfinder?
Yo.
I think Scopely's aware of much of what you guys are talking about. I think they're aware of a lot of this. I don't know what they're going to do.
Need to take a little grain of salt when it comes to people who have end-game levels of experience playing this game, giving feedback on what a brand new player that has never touched this game before is going to go through. Because I can tell you, I've played other games, and when you give me everything under the sun available on
it's
day
not
one,
fun.
I'm going to quit.
Yeah.
Because I have no idea what any of this crap is. You don't tell me what any of this crap is.
Yeah.
And it's all unlocked from the moment I start. That is a horrible way to do it.
Yep. I agree.
So new players need to progress. I don't know how quickly or not quickly that is, but if you gave a brand new player Crucible from day one, they have no idea what it even is. They have no idea what it's about.
You can't you can't have everything unlocking at level 65. You need to stagger that stuff out so they're introduced to a new game mode each every little bit they go. You need them bumping into bottlenecks, but not breaking their neck against them. So they need to feel that they've got to work through things, but not feel that it's impossible. Or worse, when a player is comfortable and knows what they're doing and wants to progress, but just absolutely cannot. That sucks.
And the issue with like blue gear and purple gear is because what they haven't accounted for is that you progress so quickly now in raids that you never even do the raids that have purple gear. That's the problem. The problem isn't as simple as blue gear is the problem. The problem is that you progress so quickly that you almost never have to even do the upfront raids.
Skip over it like a flat rock.
But didn't they know about an issue like that before? That happened to us with like Doom raids when we weren't getting enough T3 ability materials, and then they had to add them to Doom raid. So, like,
but you have to take into consideration that a lot of what they're looking at is player like data, like what players are doing. So if they see that new players are staying at Ultimus, whatever, I don't even know what the bottom ones are at this point. If they see that the majority of players are staying there, they have no reason to change it. It's the players that get in a cluster, that have people leading, that know what they're doing, or when you have these content creators that are telling you what to do and progressing quickly, that it becomes a little bit of an issue, versus the player who has no idea what they're doing. They've never looked up anything. They've never joined Discord. They've never done any of that. Have a 1,000% different experience.
Right. I agree with that. Absolutely.
What's up, Gangster KT? Yeah, I'm, like Crying Joker's got a good point in here. Like a lot of you guys in chat are making some really good points, and we're seeing how incredibly complex a situation it is for all of this game balancing, character progression, currency, economy, all this stuff. It's not easy. I don't begrudge them the challenge of trying to get it right.
Yeah. I will say I noticed in one of the calendars, I can't remember which one it was. It's not running now though, but it had like 1,000 or like 1,500 of the purple basic catalysts, and then it had like 2,500 gold basic catalysts, which like to a player who's like sitting at like level 70, level 80, that's a gold mine right there. That's so much gear for them. And I was like, oh, okay, that's awesome. I like that. Does it affect me? No, because I have 88,000 of them. But like, those are little things that are obviously the late game people, who are the ones who are the most outspoken, because we're the ones that are most engaged, are complaining, saying, why is this in here? Why do we need this? Give us teal. But that's helping the base game players as well, which is why the strike passes are, I think, tiered. But I feel like the strike passes are lackluster as well, from what I've heard at the lower levels.
Here's another thing. What if they're balancing gear and training mats and all that stuff, and a person finishes a dark dimension and has this huge influx come in all of a sudden? When you defeat a dark dimension at a certain level, you're gonna be flush. And if that happens at the wrong time, as opposed to when they intend for it to happen, a person might feel like they have way too much stuff and don't know what to do about it. Or another person who has yet to beat Dark Dimension but doesn't quite understand that they should be beating a Dark Dimension. And they're wondering, why don't I have any of this gear? And they've tried to kind of balance the game around, oh, they should be beating DD4 right now and they'll be getting all these goodies. Like, that makes it challenging as well. How come he didn't chain all the way down? Oh, there it goes. Okay, he did.
You think they could do something like, if people are like running into gear problems, right? And like they keep hitting the find button, there could be like little tool tips that could tell them like finding gear from certain game modes, like more difficult raids, like you said, Dark Dimension, or these campaign nodes to follow instead of only the offers, because obviously it's only offers right now that they're going to show when you hit find. I feel like a tooltip of showing, hey, completing this gives you 300 of these pieces that you're looking for, I think could also be like a helpful guide to help new players know where to go. Because I mean, for us it's a no-brainer. Dark Dimension is great for gear. Other people have no freaking clue what Dark Dimension even is.
Many low-level raids are being launched as they are unaware of what to do. Yeah. Well, I think it's the individual player's responsibility to find themselves in a good alliance. We need good tools to help us find a good alliance. But like, if your alliance is shitting the bed, man, that's your job to bounce.
I agree to a certain point, because you also have folks that are not engaged anywhere, and so they don't even know, and they likely don't even care.
Right.
So I think that, we have all of these varying opinions and what we see as issues, but a lot of times we look at these issues from a highly engaged player perspective, and what we're doing as highly engaged players is far different than what they might have data on. And so we're trying,
absolutely,
like, it's trying to get this balance between what do we need to do to keep in-game players engaged, what do we need to do to get new players that want to be in-game engagement levels, like how do we get them to that point? Like, there's so many layers, because this game is going on its 6th year. Like, somebody who starts today is never going to catch me if I continue playing at the level I'm playing at, unless they spend ungodly amounts of money.
Well, is that really true though? Once they are able to,
it is 100% true.
I don't agree with that, actually.
I think that after a period of time, they become able to start collecting the same tunes that you're collecting, and as the old meta goes away and the new meta comes in, they're starting to build those same tunes that you are at the same time.
And it would probably take them minimum a year plus.
To engage with you in war, take forever. Like Doolin was saying, you need 20 teams. Forget it. To engage in Cosmic Crucible, that's going to take a year plus for sure. To get into raids and raid with you, I think they could do that in 6 months to a year. Probably 8 months to a year to get into raids. But war for sure, because you need so many teams at such a huge level.
Problem is going to be in 8 months, I'm level 100. In 8 months, they're level 95.
True.
Yeah, and then in 2 months that they're level 100, so they'll catch back up to you.
I disagree to a certain extent, but only in game modes like Crucible and Raid, where they could get carried in Raid, or in Crucible where they only need 6 teams or 12 teams. But
right,
I mean, if I'm level 100 for 8 months and they're level 95 to 100 in those months, I mean, half my roster's level 100 at this point.
Well, so here's the thing. A free-to-play player doesn't deserve to catch up to you ever, right? Because you have spent money to get ahead in this game, and I don't think that I think that would piss people off if a free-to-play player could catch up to you in all game modes in 1 year. That would be ridiculous. Spending ungodly amounts of money to get up to you in 1 year, I don't know. I don't know. Pathfinder's being summoned. So it's a tough call, and I don't know how much money a person should have to spend to catch up. And I think every game mode is different, every play style is different, and every player is going to be different, whether they're spending, whether they're free to play, whether they're highly engaged, or they're just a lunch and dinner kind of player. Like, you just log on your lunch break and you log on after dinner and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I would say like Pathfinder initially saying nobody can ever catch up to me. I mean, I started the game in July of 2020. I started 2.5 years. I was already out. I've caught up to Endgame, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I've caught up to Endgame probably about a year ago. And like,
Demik, you animal! Thank you for resubscribing. I appreciate that.
Sorry. Some would say I'm towards the top end of late game as well because of like where I'm ranked in Cosmic Crucible. I'm doing the hardest raids. I'm at Endgame.
Right. You're also in an alliance where you don't need to war hard. Correct. And so you haven't had to build any of those war teams, and that saves you in resources. So if you want to catch up to an endgame player that is engaged in every facet of this game, it becomes really challenging. Correct. But for you
you need to be able to catch up to people where we're at now. If you're starting now, you need to be the stingiest people on the planet and really like deal with, hey, I'm not going to have a mutant raid team for 6 months. I'm just going to wait for the next one. Mm-hmm. Or I rarely built Black Order. I only built Thanos because of the new season, because right when I started the game, Black Order was arena meta. So I didn't care, and their releases were already done. Infinity Watch, I didn't build them because when I was just starting the game, I couldn't unlock most of them because I think some of them were Blitz releases, some of them were harder campaign releases, stuff like that. I couldn't do anything to get them. So my Infinity Watch is still suffering to this day, right? Mm-hmm. But you have to like pick and choose what's worth it and what's not. And unfortunately, nobody's going to have that answer for you, content creator wise, because it's such a unique question. Nobody's going to have that answer for you.
Yep.
You need a very narrow roster, and like you can't be in a super competitive war alliance because you just won't have the TCP basically to hang there. But you can get every other mode pretty much. If you do a narrow roster, you can get to the end game pretty quick.
Yeah. And here's another thing with content creators: even if we start a new account, like several of them are, even if we do talk to new players, we are extraordinarily highly engaged players, right? The poll the other day, most players are 2 to 3 hours a day. Those are already engaged players. People like me and Updog, we're spending 6 to 8 hours a day on this game because of all the different things that we're doing behind the scenes as content creators. We are extraordinarily engaged, well-informed, and in the know. And so even if we're communicating to new players, we're doing it in the places that highly engaged players are at. We don't know what the new player experience is for somebody who doesn't go to YouTube and Twitch and get engaged on Discord. We just don't know. We don't have that data at our disposal, and Scopely does.
Yeah.
To an extent, they have that data. I mean, they have the metrics from in-game, is what I'm saying. But
right.
But like, we don't talk to those people because they don't come and engage on Twitch and stuff like that.
Try being a content creator and a leader of an alliance, like me.
Right. Oh God, I can't believe that. Oh, that's terrible. You alliance leaders, you gluttons for punishment. God bless you, man.
That's why I feel like I wish they did more of the community spotlights, especially for early game content that people are making right now, because that would either be the door for people to start watching content, or at least it gives them a guide for early game, even if they don't want to keep watching content. At least they have something to watch. So I feel like early game content videos should be plugged, not just like weekly for everybody or monthly for everybody. It should be as like a staple point in the like introduction of the game. Like, hey, we have great content creators who are putting out great content for early game to help you get through. Feel free to watch it.
You know what would be awesome? And I don't think they're going to do this, but it would be really awesome if Scopely would fund some content creators to specifically make a high-end, well-produced video or series of videos for new players. That is specific. Like, we work with the developers to showcase the things that they want us to showcase, but we also make sure that, because we're in with the player base, and we make sure it's good on both sides, both from Scopely and from the players, and put together a funded guide with their help or something. That would be kind of cool. Other games do this where they, they have a, what's that when Stream Elements sends you a game and you do a couple videos on it. Yes, if they had a sponsorship for us and they said, hey, we want you to hit these points and give us some footage, and we'll edit it into one master video or something like that, and they paid us for it. That would be interesting. Something along those lines.
Yeah, because it's the cheapest marketing that they'd ever do. Granted,
Right.
they're not doing any marketing, so they're just going to see it as, oh, we're losing money because we're doing marketing.
Honest to God,
That's
I'd
the
do
only
it.
way
I'd
you
do
would-
it for Ultra Cores. I'd totally do it for in-game currency.
I was going to say, do it for in-game currency.
Yeah.
You know somebody would do that for 20 or 30,000 power cores.
Mm-hmm.
But that guide would
Absolutely.
have to be updated like every 6 months, maybe
6
3
months.
Right.
months?
Right. Yep. And
That's the hard
they
part.
could bring in a different 4 content creators each time to go over it or whatever, or have all of them put in some pieces of information and they stitch it all together. I've seen this with other games, and it works to varying degrees, but it's something that they could do. And then you would have awareness for your content creators, and you would get other people engaged with the community, not only knowing what to do as a new player, but engaged with the community. The best I can do where I'm at is just point to everybody in the game who's putting out useful information. And that's what I try to do, because I want players to come in, easily find good information quickly and not waste their time on clickbait videos, so that they can go, oh, look, this is what I was doing wrong. Now I'm having more fun. Now I'm staying, and the Marvel Strike Force numbers are growing. And hopefully along the way, I get some subscriptions,
Yeah, but Royalty, they only do that like on social media and like Instagram ads that no one pays attention to. I'm talking about like, I told Run this. I was like, dude, if they really wanted to corner a market, shell out $4 or $5 million, get a 30-second spot in the Super Bowl, and then give a free code that gets everybody up to like level 65 immediately, like a free time heist code to get everybody to 65, or get the level 65 time heist for free, and let them go from there. Let them have fun. Let them enjoy the game. They have all the modes from there. They have a decent amount of characters built. If that hook's not in there, you lost nothing. That's it.
We may see something like that in the future, Doom.
Super Bowl ad?
Not a Super
Well, maybe
Bowl
not a
ad,
Super
but-
Bowl ad, but like what he's talking about, where you can,
a promo
get people
code to a
right-
time heist or something where
yeah,
it gets them jumped into the game.
Just or even just they already work with Marvel. Put it before every single Marvel movie that comes out, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure they would let you do that for free.
No,
Really?
Disney would not do that for free.
Disney
No,
makes money from them,
Disney,
though.
that's right. Disney makes money from them and doesn't do a fucking thing but sell that IP. That's all Disney wants to do. They do not want to put any effort at all into it, and they don't need to. They just sell the IP. Disney ain't gonna lift a finger for them. They're completely moving away from making or doing anything.
But I mean, even then, like I think that would the amount of people, because you're getting only the super highly engaged nerds that go to Marvel movies in the theaters. So those are the people who are most likely going to download it, not the jocks who are watching the
Right.
Super Bowl. So you're getting a cheaper end of it, but you're also getting the nerds who probably already have 2 or 3 Marvel games on their phone. What's another one to them?
Yeah, if they gave them a discount for advertising at the beginning of Marvel movies or something, that would really be amazing. But I don't see them doing that. Windstorm coming in hot. Thank you, Windstorm. You're freaking amazing.
Yes,
Hey,
yeah.
Windstorm, I got a blue shirt with the picture on it. I'm loving it. The shirt fits great. I look so stupid wearing it. I can't wait to take it to work.
You just imagine though, they need to step up their ad quality though. Like if they ran like one of the older ones with like the Shield Medic or whatever.
Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like it's just such a missed opportunity. Just have Cerebro do a voiceover, show animations of Icarus and Cersei just deleting people, show like all the characters that you're going to get from the time heist at 65 if they give it away for free. all that kind of stuff. Silver Surfer, show Nightcrawlers in the game, just the marquee tunes people love.
Mm-hmm.
Just all the stuff that people love to see that you'll actually be able to get early game. I feel like that would get at least 20, 30,000 people to come into the game, and that's a bigger influx than the game's ever had since it probably started. Or since COVID. Sorry, COVID was a very big influx, but I feel like that's always an outlier.
Yeah, they're super highly risk averted. They don't want to take a chance on anything, and I don't see them spending any kind of big bucks for any kind of changes in advertisement. They're gonna take tried and true paths. Somebody in chat's trying to get your attention. OMG, I saw you were streaming and had 69, and I had to ruin the number.
That's our community manager, folks.
What's
That's
up,
our
Arcade
community
Joe?
manager. That's my community manager right there.
Let's go ahead.
Be more proud.
Drop off stream, you know.
Yeah. That's my community manager, and I couldn't be happier.
There you
I
go.
couldn't be happier.
There you go, Archangel. I made you a mod. I know you've been desperately wanting that. So, are you happy now? He's excited. Oh my goodness. Just, I don't care if I win or lose. Let's just go.
Make him VIP? What the hell does VIP even mean?
I don't even know. You make him VIP, Saga. I don't know how to do that.
He's mad with power. No one's worse than Rello, so it'll be fine.
Yeah.
My pants are tight. Once again, that's my community manager right there.
Okay. Lord Richter's defense stumbles me up every once in a while, and I'm not really sure why.
Because no one spawns with buffs, so Super Scroll is a coin flip.
No, I go first every time on this. I don't know why. I go first every time on this. However, it's probably all those red stars on his Apocalypse. Sometimes his Apocalypse sustains, but usually not. I don't know. Lord Richter's is the only one I ever stumble on.
Oh, I see.
You don't have 7 reds on Apocalypse?
No way.
Come on.
I don't even know what I got on Apocalypse.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Oh, I do? How do I have 7 reds on Apocalypse?
You've had a 7 red on Apocalypse for like 3 months. I swear I know your roster better than you know your own roster.
Oh, you do. I was thinking about that the other day. I was listening to a restream, and I was listening to it, and I was like, holy shit, Doolin knows my roster better than I do.
Yeah, I was like, oh, Shang-Chi's in like the 420s, and you're like, oh, he is there. Look at that. Click.
Yeah. Okay, so, hey, Monguli, I saw your post there in our channel. I will read over that later. I have been running behind today, so I'll read over that later. I see you got some questions for me to be prepared for. I saw something about bring a dry erase board, and I was like, okay, there's too much information here.
He just said bring a pen and paper. That's pretty much it. Yeah. I was sitting there thinking, dude, I don't have a dry erase board. What person on planet Earth owns a dry erase board?
Where is this it? Nope. There we go.
You looking for the defense out pictures?
Yeah. Royal Ronin. Here we go. Okay.
Incredible name.
Royal Ronin wrote me a novel about his ideas and all that. I'm like, please just show up in stream and talk to us, because I really don't want to have to read all this and keep going back and forth to lists.
What the hell's a TTRPG strategist?
Tabletop RPG.
Oh, a tabletop RPG. Got it. No, we don't have a Blitz event running.
Hey, who's playing the Pokemon with Guns game, Pal World? I'm hearing about this all over the place, and it kind of looks pretty cool from the few video clips I've got.
Looks interesting.
I don't know. I've been away for the week.
Oh, have you? Oh, that's right. You were going and serving your country, weren't you?
Yep.
How's that? What's that like? Is it tough? Or do they just like make you run in circles for an hour and then you get to eat Cheerios the rest of the day or something? Like what's it? I don't know.
It's been raining. That's all you need to know.
Oh, that sucks. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah,
Any kind of
Yeah,
basic
so-
training in the rain's gonna suck.
yeah. I've slipped down an entire slope because of the mud.
Oh boy.
Oh, I wish you would have got video. I think Unspeakable
I'm sure
could make a
there's-
great meme out of that one.
I'm sure there's actually a photo, but yeah.
Oh, that would be great, man. Anytime you lose in Cosmic Crucible and people could just redeem that where you just fall down the hill. I'm Royal Ronin, formerly known as Kekatakami. I've stumbled over that one before. Oh, Royalty. Okay. Sweet, Royalty.
it's
Did you
Royalty. Yeah,
Royalty,
that's
if
what I
you
thought
want
it was
to
Royalty.
join us on Voice, just find go to the lobby in my server and somebody will drag you into the content creator channel and we'll get you on Voice. I'm trying to bring those pics up right now if you guys are wondering what I'm doing.
Figured as
Here,
much.
get over to this one. Actually, let's do this one here.
Hey, Run. Question
What?
for you.
What?
Over the past year, what do you think is the best thing Scopely has done for this game?
The first thing that comes to mind was drag and drop. It was the first thing that came to mind.
Yep,
I'm
ISO
sorry.
and Drag and Drop were my top two.
And second would
immediately came to my
definitely
mind.
be ISO changing.
And Benny's got another one. Sinister 6, I think, was at like on the level of just ISO green coming to the game. Sinister 6 was like that level of plug and play without a complete game overhaul.
And I would say next would be making these teams wider and more interchangeable, getting rid of those stupid raid rules.
Yeah.
And allowing us to mix and match our teams, that is fantastic as well.
Unspeakable said listening to their damn players, and then Crying Joker said, I liked the groveling video for Tadano.
The groveling video for Tadano Mac. Yeah, sorry, buddy, we didn't need to. I heard his account jumped in stats recently, like 80 million. I'm curious if he's playing or somebody's playing his account.
Dude, Archangel, it took me like a week to actually use the ISO change. I was still going back to my roster to do the ISO change, so don't feel bad if you're still not using drag and drop, but you got to break that. You got to break that cycle, bud.
Okay, so Royalty is in the voice channel with us now.
Oh, he
and
is.
so I don't have to read over his DMs to me, and he can just explain to us what's going on with this. Oh, that's weird. I'm reversed. I'm trying to sell merch, so I had to reverse it so the sevens go in the right direction. And like I
you're used to
reversed
being
myself,
reversed.
and that looked. And then every time like I'm reading the screen, I'm reading off this way, and it looks wrong. So, I just flip everything. Okay, SD Echo with Dorm in here. That's interesting. They're going to be moving really, really slowly. Well, not that slow, I guess. Not that slow. But that's interesting, putting Dormammu in there.
Echo on defense is a yikers.
Yeah, I mean, you're really sacrificing. I guess maybe you're good at going into him with Darkhold on offense or something. I don't know. We're going to scroll through these real fast. Just take a quick look, and then we'll come back and we're going to ask Royalty his thoughts on all these. Infestation in room 2. That's an infestation team in room 2. That's all I got to say about that. Infinity Watch in 3. Okay. Good ISO choices there. It's a really big team. We've seen a bunch of these recently, these big, huge Infinity Watches. And then we have an Unlimited with Bishop in here. I'm not super excited about that. We've got some other things to do. Oh, never mind. That's why. Okay.
Yeah.
I see. That makes sense. And then in 6, we have Super Scroll with Super 6. You're so mean, Royalty. You're so mean. Okay, Royalty, tell me about this number 1.
Okay, you can hear me, right?
We can.
I haven't done this online before. So the Echo is actually a fairly new thing. I was just running full SD with Dorm. ClusterMate said to put Echo in there. I primarily use Darkhold on offense. It wins 80-90% of the time way more efficiently than you'd think. Even if you have a scroll in there, I'll do the Invader Sack, and then I'll do APOC Darkhold, and it does quite well. Thanos scroll does not work.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
if you're not missing Echo on offense, sure, go for it. Why not?
So are you saying when you find the Thanos scroll team in there, you have trouble? Is that what you're saying?
I've only actually run across that once, and I think I used Mo Echo APOC.
Okay.
But I try and keep my Masters of Evil elsewhere.
I don't know how great Dormammu is gonna be in here.
So,
But if you're using Darkhold and you're using Darkhold whatever, and it's working for you, then fine, throw in Echo. I just don't know about Dormammu is my thing.
So the Dormammu is actually more of a trap. The overall theme of the defense was to try and get them to use their Superior 6 in the wrong place. If this was Superior 6, because Superior 6 just destroys this quickly, but that's usually good for me.
Yep, because then they don't have Superior 6 for your 5.
Okay.
But
They also try and use Superior 6 in my 6.
What I would say is I feel like the strat you're using in 4 and 5, and sorry to jump to 4 and 5, is only good if you're like a Kraken, because I tried the same strat and I didn't feel like it was worth it because this team could still get rolled by MOE because you just all in on Forge. So unless Forge is like a 7/7 gear 18, I don't think it's worth it to run full extreme in 5. It's better to do the hybrid.
With Rogue?
From what I've seen, yeah, the hybrid with Rogue. From what I've seen, it's better. And then just like Juicy said in chat, room 4 without Gambit can get Pegasus, can get War Dogs, like a lot of things.
Room 4 was kind of I threw what was left. I had Death Seed in there before. It got wiped. This gets wiped. That's kind of I have no idea of room.
Right. Okay. You can go back.
With reference to room 5, everyone there is level 95, blue ISO 5. The Forge and the Sunspot, I'm just missing the uniques, the Astral Energy and the Cosmic Cube thing.
I would probably put Raider on Cyclops and Healer on Forge for CC.
Okay.
The Healer on Forge augments his passive because every time someone takes a turn, whether it's friendly or enemy, he heals for 5% of his health, and then it gets augmented by the Healer ISO.
Yeah, you're right, JPT. The full extreme can screw up the Masters of Evil. We've seen that happen. Usually, if you play it right, you can get through it. Anyone tried extreme with Rogue and Vol? I don't see Vol making too much of a change there. Just another exposed on the field with an early ability block.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got, you'll have 2 exposed on the field, but I still don't think Vol's gonna make too big a difference. Hey, Archangel, aren't you running, didn't you just start a new account? You were trying that new player experience? Oh, he's leaving, isn't he?
I think he might have left, yeah.
Okay.
He's trying to set
curious.
the blog up. Oh, he just said yes, though.
Oh, okay.
He's still here.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Community Manager Archangel plays this game. He plays this game as much or more than I do. He's starting a new account to understand what we're going through. That's a big thing right now that Scopely's looking at is the new player experience. And he's in there playing this game. So I want you guys to understand that your community manager understands our pains. And I think that's probably why, one of the reasons why we see so much good positive change coming in the game. All right, so you guys are trying to draw in the Superior 6 into 1. That's what's going on here?
Yep, 1 or 6. Just there's 3 different rooms that really call for it, and so hopefully they get tripped up elsewhere.
What's another? Go ahead, Updog.
What league is this? I missed that part.
I am just barely hanging into Diamond 3.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
So
I put this defense in Diamond 1. I went 9-0, shot up to Diamond 3. My last 3 weeks, I've been bottom TCP and gone 1 and 2 every week.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right about about as high as pretty much anybody's gonna get CC wise. Like I think Diamond 3 Masters 1 is kind of the breaking point of like really, really engaged people or really good at the game people. That you're doing really well if you're in Diamond 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's not an easy place to get.
I'm cool with Diamond 3. My main goal is that way when we switch to the next season, we get that between season drop. I still stay in Diamond 1, and I'm still getting Diamond Orbs in my weekly payout. That's my goal.
I like Diamond. I think it's a great. You still see variety in defense there, but it's very challenging too. So
Yeah,
I like Diamond.
absolutely. What were you gonna ask about this room?
What's another solution to this besides Superior 6?
Sus.
You don't want to use Superior 6 here.
Yeah.
Why were you saying this would draw in a Superior 6?
They
Trick.
just clear the revives. It shouldn't be, but it sometimes does.
We're on room 6 now, by the way.
Oh, sorry.
Yep. No, you're good.
Six is a lot of people have thrown. It has taken so many heavy big teams. A lot of times it doesn't even get cleared with the opponents I'm facing. They're throwing everything at it. They don't know whether to go for the scroll first or the Superior 6 first. I've been told it hits very fast, very hard. It's a lot of tools, and I've never seen anyone else try it. So,
Yeah, it's so like sus is the answer to this, right? And that means you have to have sus on offense, and some people are just too afraid to have sus on offense because they like having that safety net on defense, which is fine. I feel like the higher you go, putting sus on offense is almost a necessity, especially since, just like you stated, you're always punching up. So am I. So is Juicy. Like, I'm always the bottom TCP by like 8 or 10 million. So I've always had sus on offense, and I think it just gives me so much more options. But obviously it's working for you, right? The only thing I would say here is Mysterio is probably not the best because it makes a Super Scroll going in here actually even better because all the dupes spawn with buffs, and then Super Scroll can take like 2.5 turns in a row. So he can literally like basic, special, and then ultimate almost back to back to back, and it's a complete wipe. It's almost like he took the time platform from Doom.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So using someone else, not Mysterio. Vulture's a good choice. I know you might be using him somewhere else, maybe on offense. But Vulture's a good choice for here.
I haven't run across many teams that have used. That's why I kept 2 Superior 6 out.
Gotcha.
My Electro and my Shocker are pretty decently built too.
Yeah.
I
Gotcha.
have almost
Craven.
finished their 6 up to 95 for whatever reasons.
Not use Craven instead of Mysterio.
Get that ability block going in there.
Yeah, because without Craven, you don't spawn with Safeguard either, which is not great.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's a good
So
point.
So yeah, if you
yeah,
want to keep this on defense, I put Craven in there.
I like Craven over Lizard and Vulture over Mysterio myself. What's Lizard needed for on the defense other than, I mean, he taunts. I get that.
he can.
Doesn't he? Isn't he giving more positive effects to a sus coming into this also?
Yeah, he gives more positive effects as well, but he'll also re-up the Safeguard with Green Goblin when Green Goblin uses his ult, and Lizard's an ally, I believe. He re-ups the Safeguard, so that's a big thing as well. But again, I think you need Craven in here for the on-spawn Safeguard. If not, you've just got Eternals going into this eventually. Just like an APOC Eternals, and then like a pre-taunt and an Emma on the end, and then Eternals just blow this to hell.
All right. So you'd need a sus to beat this. You'd end up putting hopefully the opponent puts their Superior 6 into room 1. What's Infestation doing for us here?
Infestation is because I have a stupid level of investment already in them, and I'm just hoping to squeeze something out. Surprisingly, I average actually about 1 defensive win a week with that. I've gotten more defensive wins in CC with that team than War. I don't understand how. It was just the biggest team I had to put in there. That it was some skill and some tech, and nothing holds in that room. So I figured I'd try it, and I'm amazed it's getting me as many wins as it is.
I think people are underestimating this and the
Pretty
speed.
much.
I would.
That's what it is.
I'm blown away that it's getting any defensive victories at all. So I definitely would underestimate it. I don't know. Outside of War, I thought this team was absolute trash. I mean, Spider-Man big time. That's it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard to argue. If you're getting a win every week out of it, it's hard to argue. because
if it's
other opportunities, other teams that you would put in its place are not going to get you wins. They're going to get you efficiency at best. So
run. Archangel said level 46, 5 days in, full wave 1 Avengers, full Sin 6 team, legendaries. I got Iron Man, Doc Ock.
yeah, I saw that.
500 arena. Okay, I want to make sure you saw it. And then, yeah, I just want to make sure you saw it. He was asking.
Yeah, I saw the level gate and all that. Yep.
Work. Okay, I want to make sure.
Yeah, thank you, Archangel. Appreciate
I'm not
that.
going to tell you to change something that's working. Honestly, in room 2, it's when you get higher up, people are going to look at an infestation and laugh and thank you for the free room. Because I feel like there's a big separation between Diamond 3 and kind of Masters 1. I feel like there is a big line of being able to get there.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah, there's a big line to get there. I feel like a Death Seed would just destroy this. Just like no need for an extra team. Death Seed comes in here, blinds on everybody, assists don't matter, and Death Seed just wipes this.
Thank you, community manager Archangel. See you later.
New warriors for that.
I don't ignore everybody, cleaning agent. Okay, so Dulam's right. If you're in Diamond, this is fine, and we'll keep it. But as you go into Masters, Masters becomes this area where everybody kind of knows everything. And it's more about building the right things and using kind of the same stuff that everybody else is using and forcing them to be incredibly efficient.
Infest beats Death Seed? You really think so? Okay. I mean, I guess it is a big infestation, so maybe Death Seed wouldn't do well on this, but
I don't know about outside of war.
Not in war. I feel like Death Seed would destroy this. Especially because they'll get an early ping on either Ant-Man or Yellow Jacket since they're decently low.
Yeah. Crying Joker, we actually like the low TCP players that send in. It's fun to work with new players and figure out strategies for smaller rosters that don't have anything unlocked. I enjoy going over these at all levels of play. I learned things all the time by going over this. Like, I would never ever think to put Infestation on any room in defense in Cosmic Crucible. So, okay. This right here in room 3, I don't know. Do we want this in room 3, the ultimate room? Or would it make more sense to swap it with someplace else?
I don't think it matters what room it's in. The same counters are going to beat it.
So is there... Go ahead.
Sorry, good. What about swapping 6 and 3?
Putting 6 into 3, and then treating 6 like pretty much a blank room with Infinity Watch in it.
You do 6 into 3 with Scroll, then all you got to do is come in with a big Doom and an APOC, and then Scroll ults turn 1, pushes your Doom. Doom takes APOC for the ride, and it's over.
Okay.
And where he's traveling, he's going to come across fully built Dooms and fully built APOCs.
Scroll in 3 you can't do anymore. Once people are like, oh, he's just going to push my Doom. Cool. And that's it. You can't do Scroll in 3 anymore.
Okay.
You could do Superior 6 in 3.
Yeah, you could just do straight Superior 6. They're good in 6, though, too, because they're putting defense down on every turn. So because they're so fast, they take a lot of turns in a row. Like Lizard's going to go, then Gobby's going to go, and they're all going to have defense down, so they're taking way more damage.
So is there any of these other teams, then, that would do better? Not this. This is great in 5. I don't like this team here at all. I'd rather put Rogue in 5 with this and get rid of Cyclops. But... is there another team that would work better in 3 than Infinity Watch? Because Infinity Watch is kind of the same wherever you put them, I think. Kind of.
This throws off their turn order 2 and 3, where Phyla will ult first, which you kind of want the cleanse from her first turn.
Right.
And, yeah.
You got...
the only thing it does benefit them is the Nebula will ult like every turn, so that's really the only benefit of...
Juicy says Infinity Watch and Quicksilver in 3. That's an option. We could drop Moondragon, put Quicksilver in here. That'd get vicious.
Yep.
Yeah, so Quicksilver's still level 1.
Ooh.
Excuse you?
You have a gear 18 pilot, but not a Quicksilver.
I felt chat all take a breath.
You have Gear 18 full Infinity Watch and level 1 Quicksilver? Sir, I need your address to smack you. Look at Brawl 3904. Blinks.
I felt chat like just pull their fingers away from the keyboard and go, what?
That's your homework. That's your homework right there.
Quicksilver, listen, man.
So
Quicksilver
I actually have a really, really admittedly stupid reason for keeping Quicksilver 1. I have Quicksilver at 1, and I have Noir at 1, and at the bottom of my Blitz roster, because I'm a bigger nerd person than Boylon, possibly. And at the bottom of my Blitz roster, I have a team of my 5 lowest characters. And when there's nothing Blitz related going on, I will do 1 Blitz attack with them. Then at the end of that Blitz event, I use that low score to scroll down to where it switches to 0, and I am tracking how many players are actively playing MSF through the Blitz, which admittedly is not the best option, but it's all I got.
I think you should find a 5th character to be level 1 at the bottom of your roster other than Quicksilver.
I would love to, but I leveled up too many of the minions up to like 24, 25 for Archangel for some reason. And Scopely needs to give me another character that I don't have to level up. And with the showcases, that's been 0 of them. Otherwise, my new Avengers would be there.
Wow.
So, Quicksilver didn't have the hottest release ever because people didn't really understand how he worked very well.
Once he scales.
A unit.
Yeah, once he scales, he's amazing.
Scales. Now, at this point, I'm assuming you have no dark promos on him, so asking you to go from 0 to probably 5 red on him with dark promos is also a large ask, too. That's a lot.
I do have 1, actually, just not thinking.
Gotcha. They released Bifrost this year, skippable 3 characters for you.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I can't tout Quicksilver enough. He's one of my first to level 100.
He's going to be in my top 5 to 100.
So, I mean, honestly, always it's your roster, right? But I like a Black Order Quicksilver here gets me a lot of wins on defense.
Depending on what your alliance is doing in raids, this Hive Mind team could be something you could put on a slow burn and take and put those resources towards Quicksilver and then come back to the Hive Mind later. But that's depends on where you're raiding and what your alliance is doing.
Yeah, we're on hardest raid where we keep talking about pushing for top 10. It's a pipe dream, but we're holding at 30.
Okay, so that's probably not happening. I think that the time is now for Quicksilver. I think he's amazing, and I really think he's worth whatever you need to do to bring him up as fast as possible to G18. Maybe, you know what? Maybe not during this 100 event. If you're working this 100 event, then that's a full character from 1 to 100, and that's expensive. So maybe after these 40 days are over, I think he should be one of the first things you do, and I think you're going to be glad you did once you get him going. In that arena attack I did, I was, killing Apocalypse with the basic, just double tapping with the basic and killing Apocalypse with him because he's just doing so much damage, taking so many turns.
So I actually think I agree with Chat. I think if you didn't build Quicksilver, his time might have passed.
You think so?
So the problem with Quicksilver is to make him really, really, really good, like to the point where we're like, damn, yeah, Quicksilver's worth it. You got to put 6 reds on him. That's a lot of DPC investment.
I got 4 reds on him, I think.
Okay, and how many defense wins does he get for you on Cosmic Crucible?
I think I use him on offense. I don't remember. 4 or 5.
Do you actually?
I don't know.
But I
got 5 reds on my Quicksilver, and I think he's amazing.
Yeah, he's. I mean, 5 reds compared to 6 reds. That's not the biggest difference, right?
Yeah,
but
the fact of the matter remains, the quicker you can build them up, starting from today, the better the long-term investment's going to be.
True.
Well, Juicy agrees with you guys. He's not sure Quicksilver's worth leveling from 1 anymore either.
Yeah, he's right on the fence of it because I don't know. His kit isn't dude, his kit's nuts. It's just his damage and he takes 2 turns in a row. His kit's not the best. His charge mechanic is removing on a special is cool, but that's about it. His kit isn't going to keep him in the meta once his damage falls off.
That's true. He'll be a power crept character.
Or royalty. Maybe you want to make your decision once we know about the season 6 rules too.
That's true. That's true.
I was hoping that would come out in today's blog, but it doesn't sound like it is.
I would definitely wait till the end of the 40 days if this event is anything you're engaging in. I'd wait till the end of the 40 days and make a decision then. And by then it might be an obvious decision to let him sit at the bottom of your roster. I don't know. Anyway, what do we want to do with Team 1? Leave it the way it is? Do we like this? Is this going to be like a straight A roster here? I think room 4 is not going to be, but
Why no Gamma on defense?
I always thought Gamma was bad, and I mean I've seen it get deleted by New Warriors on a Pegasus. My Gamma is pretty strong.
So if you
probably stronger than this.
I feel like in room 4, you put Gamma Dorm, and then you just put full SD in 1. And then honestly, I feel like you put full SD in 1, and then you move room 6 to room 1, and then take out the scroll. Because Superior 6 and Room 1 assisting, they are going so fast. And when they're all strikers, they are pretty good. And in Room 4, when Dormammu goes under stealth as well, he gets 20% extra damage. And if Dormammu ults with 20% extra damage, people are being deleted.
Do you think that he should move the SD into Room 6 and do 4 SD and Super Scroll? Or just a straight 5-piece SD in 6?
You could. It's the same things that we know beat the SD with Scroll, so it's the same things that we've known. Superior 6 Scroll, I've got to say it's the nastiest defense I've ever gone against. If you don't have Scroll on offense, this room's terrible. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I do think, Royalty, I do think that you should be moving Super Scroll to offense. I was happy with the decision to move him to offense, and he's a team in and of himself.
Yep.
And it allows you to put other stuff on defense, and it allows you to efficiently take out whatever your opponent has on defense. If your opponent has a Super Scroll on defense, then you're going to be able to clear it. I like this idea of Superior 6 in 1, the straight SD in 6, moving Super Scroll to offense. We can leave Infestation in 2 if it's doing what you say it's doing. I would leave it there until it doesn't do it anymore.
Gamma Dorm in 4.
I think Gamma Dorm in 4 is a great idea.
And then Rogue onto 5.
Move Rogue into 5 in place over Sunspot, not Cyclops.
So Sunspot's there for the charge, but the thing is about Cyclops is if somebody dies on this team here, then Forge gets 100% turn meter, and that only works with Cyclops here.
Oh, and Dulam's very familiar with how that works.
Correct. Yeah, I'm very well versed with how that works. So if you don't have the Cyclops on there, he doesn't get the extra turn meter. So killing somebody doesn't really negatively affect you.
It forces you to get rid of Forge first.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. And then when Forge goes below 50% health, which he will quite quickly, you have the Rogue or Reflexive Taunt on the opposite side, probably where Cyclops is now, and then you can keep Forge alive a little bit longer.
Okay. I like that. What do you think, Updog?
Putting SD in 6, assuming my Doctor Strange is only level 40, is there a better option?
Mine's level 1 and I have him. Mine's level 1 and I have him on defense.
It's the speed he's giving.
For Ms. Marvel.
Yep. That extra speed from Ms. Marvel means that if Superior 6 goes into that and Ms. Marvel chooses to rewind Lizard, they might lose.
Okay.
Now, New Warriors can beat it efficiently, but then now they won't have New Warriors for your Gamma Dorm in 4.
Okay.
So it's again splitting up that New Warriors, just like how you were splitting up their Superior 6 by saying they could use it in 1, 5, or 6. Now you're splitting up their New Warriors, and every time somebody sees Gamma in 4, they're going to try to use New Warriors on it.
So yeah, we're talking full SD in 6, even no matter what your Doctor Strange is, and full Superior 6 in 1, right?
All strikers.
Yep, all strikers, yeah. Because that gives them the maximum speed. And so, Run, your question, what was your question? for me.
What you just thought of the whole overall plan? How you're feeling about this?
Yeah.
Hey, Juice, do you think it would be worth it if he's not using Vulture on offense to put Vulture in 3 over Moondragon just for the ult turn 1? For the ult rewind turn 1, just to mess up turn meter and maybe mess up the Eternals counter and stuff, or do you think that's not worth it? Because, I mean, if the Vulture ulting turn 1 can be pretty good, and then he's got extra turn meter because of the heroes. I'm curious if that would be worth it and then make it a little bit slower of a match.
That's a good call.
Yep, that's how it works, cleaning agent.
I know. It's a daily struggle, cleaning agent. I tell you.
The struggle is real.
The struggle is real.
I'm not excited about using Infinity Watch in 3 because I just feel like it's wasting the room rules on them, and they don't jive well with these room rules.
Yeah, I agree.
I could move them to 2 and put Infestation in 3, but I don't know if that would change much.
I'm unfamiliar with Infestation, so I don't have any way to chime in on this.
Widow on turn 1, and then what else?
Everybody ults turn 1 now.
Yeah, everyone ults turn 1.
Except for Black Widow.
No, she will. She'll ult on turn 1.
Right, no, I'm saying normally though.
Right? Yeah. Oh, in this
So
turn.
that's all it changes is she stuns on turn 1 instead of speeding everybody up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a big enough change. It's working in 2. Let's not fix it.
Yeah, we're gonna do.
I don't know. Juicy's not replying on this idea of Vulture in here, so I don't know what he thinks about it. This is going away. We're going to go with a full Gamma or Gamma Dorm.
Gamma Dorman 4.
Yep, no A-bomb.
Would it be no A-bomb? My A-bomb is 18 for the tower we just did. She-Hulk's only 14. Or, no, sorry, is 17.
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk, no, keep the She-Hulk because
Yeah.
of the charge mechanic for the throwback of the buffs. Yeah, it's worth it.
Especially if she's 17, that's good enough.
And if she's got the revive from Dorm, she can come back and then throw things back at people, and it's kind of... yeah.
Okay, so what am I doing? I'm clicking on the wrong things here. Okay, so this is going to be Superior 6, straight Superior 6, removing sus to offense, which is probably the best way to go. Over here, we're going to leave Infestation in 2. Are there alternatives to Infestation in 2? Okay, I guess there are not. What's that?
Put Infinity Watch in there if you wanted.
We could swap places, and I don't think that does us anything. I'd rather have them sped up by Black Widow in 2 than have her jump out with a stun.
Where's your Black Order at?
Level 80, gear tier 15, mostly.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. That was a day 1 season, a day 1 of this season. If you were gonna build it, never mind.
Yeah.
We don't have a reply on that yet. We said, 4 was Gamma Dorm. Whoops, I wrote that wrong. And 5 was going to be Drop Spot, put in Rogue.
And then I like Nightcrawler next to Rogue because if he gets pushed, then he gets turn meter and then gets a bunch of dodges. And then if somehow he dies, then he's just going to give turn meter to Forge. So moving Nightcrawler where Sunspot is, and then probably Cyclops where Nightcrawler is, and then Rogue on the end.
What? I wasn't listening to you. Sorry.
Shocker.
Sorry.
What else is? What
I was
else is
trying
going
to read Juicy's reply, and it doesn't make any sense to me.
If you
Rogue?
that, you might as well
Isn't it
Sin
Rogue?
6 on defense. Well, I'm saying if he's already got Sin 6 on defense, he's not going to use Vulture on offense anywhere. I'm saying in his case, would Vulture over Moondragon with Infinity Watch in 3 be better, since he's already doesn't have Superior 6 on offense? That's what I was asking. Rogue over Sunspot, Rogue in the corner, and then Nightcrawler next to Rogue.
Okay.
Because
So
if he gets low, below 30% health, he gets a speed bar, and he's got 3 dodges. And then if for some reason he dies, which he might because he's next to Rogue, then Forge gets the 100% turn meter.
so you want to go Rogue, Nightcrawler, Gambit, Forge, Cyclops.
No, Forge
probably-
in the end.
Probably Forge on the end, where you just said Cyclops was.
Okay.
So Forge opposite end of Rogue.
Okay. Rogue, Nightcrawler, Gambit, Cyclops, Forge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That makes sense to me, and this is going to switch to a full 5-piece Secret Defenders. Even if Doctor Strange is little, we want him there for the speed, which makes that team really annoying. Superior 6, we're going to leave this as it is. When we come to Superior 6 in Room 1, what's our best choice for beating a Superior 6 in Room 1 right now? Is that the New Warriors Echo? No. Masters of Evil?
No, not even MOE APOC can do it, I don't think.
That's gonna be either like Doom.
Doom
'Cause
APOC,
Doom will probably get pushed quick. Doom, like a Doom APOC
MOE.
comp there. I haven't actually faced that before. Obviously, if you have sus on offense is the answer there. But if you don't, I would say like a Doom APOC, maybe the 3 MOE, but that might be overkill at that point. But if they've got Superior 6 on defense, then you need to overkill it.
Okay.
Overkill underrated on that team.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm checking my history here. Let's
And
see if I
did we ever get a verdict on whether the Vulture ID is a good one for Moondragon? It sounds
Juicy hates me and he's still ignoring me.
okay. I'll talk about it. It sounds interesting. Yeah, I mean it can't hurt if you're not using Vulture. It can't hurt, right?
Yeah, I haven't faced Superior 6 this season in Room 1.
I haven't either. I've heard other people say it's really, really nasty.
I'll be fun to try that.
He said Taco didn't approve. Yeah, I saw that.
I don't know if that was his answer. Yeah, you're not wrong.
All right, and then we're gonna go Gamma Dorm in 4, which isn't super duper exciting, but it just means that the new Warriors are gonna be used in 4, and then we'll drop Spot, add Rogue here, which means this is probably where Masters of Evil is gonna be used. If they have Superior 6 on offense, could they use that in Room 1 against the Superior 6 on defense, or is that really ugly trying those mirrors?
I mean, I never advocate for a mirror.
It's a coin flip, yeah. It's you're taking your chance.
The coin flip, you actually want to lose too, because if your lizard goes first, you almost always lose.
Okay. And then SD 5-piece in 6. Royalty, how do you feel about all this? We're kind of just running away with it.
Well,
Jeez.
it sounds. It's been. I didn't really think about taking sus off defense. I like the turtle-ly aspect of it, but I want to stay in Diamond 3. I have 2 more weeks, and if it continues the way it has been, it's not going to happen. So changes might be wise.
Yeah,
And you
trust me,
gotta remember-
Royalty. I'm really big on defense too. I really like a tough defense, but the last week or 2 has convinced me that I need to have sus on offense, and I'm in Diamond 3 as well. So.
I'm in Diamond 3 as well, and I'm the same way. I've moved sus to offense with no regrets. Juicy, we were asking if removing Moondragon and replacing her with Vulture in Room 3 for that upfront of ult from Vulture would be a better team than the 5-piece.
Since he's already got Superior 6 on defense anyway,
Yeah.
so the Vulture is not helping against Extreme.
It is a 2-diamond G18 Vulture.
Yikes!
Ooh, nice.
Love that.
Is
Love that.
he Raider or Striker?
Where,
I don't recall.
and where are you using that Vulture?
So I had with the remnants of the Spear 6, I had Craven and Spider Slayer, with Vulture, Shocker, and Electro, I think.
Yeah, and you were saying you built your Electro and Shocker pretty big.
Electro so Vulture is 18, Shocker and Electro are 90. I think 17 and 16 on them. I'm probably not going to go too much more on them. But I had them because I thought that, with just removing the revives, they'd be good against Infinity Watch, and that doesn't go as great as I thought it would go.
Yeah, only Superior 6 removes the revive.
Yeah, well, that's why I kept Spider Slayer and Craven off.
Gotcha.
So I did that the first couple weeks, but it didn't really work. So yeah, the last couple weeks I haven't really used them very much.
The God spoken, and he said if you have Superior 6 on defense, putting Vulture over Moondragon is not a terrible idea. It could actually be good because it could mess with turn meter.
Okay. We'll give it a try.
It's an option, right? And if he's going to ult turn 1, it's an option. If he's big too, he's going to be doing damage.
And chat's wanting Superior 6 on offense as well, but I think we could try it on defense and mess some people up.
It's different for everybody. Turtle's working for you. I love looking at a defense and knowing I can absolutely dismantle it. And if I lose, it's because I misplayed. It's not because I'm relying on them to misplay, if that makes sense. Like I like to rely on myself playing well enough to win, not relying on someone else to play bad enough so I win.
Yeah, I never do one tap clears and everything. I always drop attacks. I sometimes drop rooms. I still usually, before the last 3 weeks, was the first 3 weeks I was winning. Actually, the one that we just finished, round 3, this is gonna make draws drop again. I did not beat a Pegasus team. My Eternals could not double tap, and so I dropped that whole room, and I still ended up winning.
So
fair enough.
So I've got my Superior 6 in room 3, and I haven't regretted having Superior 6 on defense. It's challenging when they're on defense because they're such a powerful offensive tool. I'm enjoying the challenge, and I'm finding that when I make mistakes, because I have Superior 6 on defense, my opponent has been making way more mistakes. Aside from this last one, I kind of shit the bed, and my opponent crushed me. So,
I mean, to be fair, you probably should have lost round 2 also, but
that's true. I probably should have lost round 2 as well, but my opponent. My defense saved my ass. My defense saved my ass. So, all right. So, one more time from the top. We're talking Superior 6 in room 1. We're going to move this to room 6 and make some changes. We're going to leave this as it is. It's simply working. We don't know why it's working, but it is. And so we're going to go ahead and leave it. It's been getting 1 out of 3 times it gets an entire win. And then in room 3, we're going to try adding Vulture instead of Moondragon for the upfront ult to slow down the enemy team, change that turn order, make it a little, just, throwing a wrench in the works there. We're going to put Gamma Dorm in 4. That works, it's an old variant. We know all about that. We're going to drop Spot, add Rogue, change the placement. ISOs are correct on this, except maybe change Cyclops to a Raider. Oh, Cyclops to a Raider and Forge to a healer, I think we said, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That's right on my notes.
Yep.
Okay. And then
the Cyclops pings.
And then this is going to be the 5-piece Secret Defenders, even with Doctor Strange being so small. That cover it? And the counter to this is something like Eternals, Fury, Shang-Chi, something like that. For the Infestation team. Don't everybody talk at once. I don't know, would that work?
They've thrown all kinds of things at it. Some work, most work, but some don't. I haven't really kept that close to it of attention.
Okay. What's up, Whipsamer? But not much else. Gamma can also counter Infestation, but it's slower. Well, that would be a...
Warrior.
That'll be a win.
That'd be a win then. If it's slower, then yeah.
So if he's using new warriors in 2, then he doesn't have new warriors for his new Gamma Dorm, and he also doesn't have new warriors for Secret Defenders in 6. So that's giving him 3 options for new warriors now too.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I like this.
Big Time a Striker is probably a good choice as well.
9 minutes and 25 seconds. That's a beauty right there. Just under the 10-minute mark. Hit the sweet spot. All right. Oh, I don't have MSF up. That would be why. There we go.
We did drive right by the NASCAR Hall of Fame, and that was something.
Oh, wow.
The NASCAR Hall of Fame, huh?
The NASCAR Hall of Fame, yeah, it's in North Carolina, if you didn't know that.
Ship it, says Cleaning Agent. Cleaning Agent, who did you get to go on stream tonight? I'm curious.
Nobody.
I thought he said he might have somebody. I don't know if there's a definite or not.
That's a might, not a definite.
Sunspot, stochasticism, Sunspot. I call him Spot now. I found out that if I abbreviate names down to 1 syllable, I have an easier time remembering them.
He's like a Dalmatian. He's the family dog, Spot.
So Sunfire is now Fire, and Firestar is just Star.
That might work for me. Maybe I can get my brain to hold these things in for a minute. Gonzo Justice 911? I don't know Gonzo Justice 911. I'm excited. Cleaning Agent, you want to give yourself a shout out? What time are you doing your stream? I absolutely love Cleaning Agent stream. I'm always there lurking every Friday night. It's one of my favorite places to hang out. I usually go after that and do happy hour if that's running and stuff. I think it's a wonderful time. So if you guys haven't been to Cleaning Agent stream Friday night, be sure to check it out. It's just a real positive environment where we get to go and have a good time.
Somebody in your alliance is a 3-diamond Human Torch?
Yeah, that they do.
Oh, Windstorm is jealous.
Okay,
I'm still...
Is free to play with your mum really free to play?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, I was gonna say, how did he get to that free to play? I've been playing this game since nearly the beginning, and I've been spending some money on it, and his roster's way bigger than me. I'm like, I'm doing something wrong if he's free to play.
I think he's the second biggest spender in our alliance. There's 3 or 4 that are pretty close to the top. I think there's one that's all the way at the top, though. I mean, you can see who's level 96.
Elmot and free to play with your mum. Yeah.
Yeah, Elmot had Super Scroll like 4 months before any of us.
Right.
Or like 3 months before any of us. And we were like, oh, nice, dude.
Yeah.
And he's
And
only
then-
96.
and then-
He's only level 96 right now.
So I
Slapper.
wouldn't say he's like, yeah, what a sucker. What a sucker.
All right, let me see if I can beat this arena, and then I'm gonna go raid somebody.
Yeah, short stream, I remember.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a short stream. It's almost 3 o'clock again. 8
Why are you
p.m.
bad?
Eastern for Cleaning Agent. Be there or be square.
I eat dinner at that time.
Do you? Nice, you got something to watch. It's like a dinner theater. You're good to go.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
Cleaning Agent, I hope you know, I told my fiance that we were in chats about me being on your show, and 30 seconds later, she goes, "You're gonna be on this show, right? His name was Lysol Wipes? Mr. Clean? Who the hell was it?"
Lysol wipes.
And let me tell you, I was absolutely in tears, and I have called you Lysol Wipes in my head every day since then. So if I ever call you Lysol Wipes, it's because of my fiance.
Yeah, Stocky, I do think that the Gwenom offers are coming out today, so be sure to purchase the unlock offer. You don't want to miss out on the meat suit. Okay, this is what sucks because my Void Knight did
special sus.
Yeah.
You'll kill him. Special sus, and then the striker attack will take off the stealth, and then you basic him and he dies.
Okay, see, sometimes I do this and it doesn't strip the stealth, and then I'm screwed. Normally, I have a vulnerable on Apocalypse,
Right.
and I just kill Apocalypse, and then I go after Sus, and it's not a big deal. I think
That's
I'm
why
going to
you
be
need a
okay
bigger
here.
Quicksilver.
It worked that time.
I'm gonna see what I can do here about that. And then we'll put this down, get a little rewind action going. My poor Apocalypse, just sitting there all stunned. That's another thing about running Void Knight in here. If Void Knight is the one who gets clipped off, you're still okay. He was just extra umph to get the job done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody else kill.
Oh, absolutely, Stocky. She's the funny one, and she's the attractive one in the relationship, no doubt. Yet I'm the one in front of a camera.
Oh, wow.
Yep, absolutely.
Behind every good man is a great woman.
Yep, because they tell us so.
I know. I'm pretty sure that quote was first originated by a female.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's what my mom
Absolutely.
said.
Yep.
To be fair, I think that's true with Cat and Mobile Gamer. Cat is an absolute saint.
I'm Nacho Hero. The idea is that Vol is going to put an exposed on the field, and she jumps out there with an early ability block, and she doesn't spawn with many positive effects. It does nothing against me. It doesn't bother me a bit. For whatever reason, lately, I don't know. Maybe you guys can tell me. I have been experiencing a lot of the characters in Marvel Strike Force targeting center lately. It happens in certain raid nodes. It happens in arena all the time. That's why I have my Apocalypse in the center, because he has the immunity, and Vol almost, like, I don't know, I want to say 4 out of 5 times Vol targets center and hits into him with immunity, and it's not a big deal. So it's kind of weird. I've heard other people complain that the AI seems to target center a lot recently, and I don't know what's up with that.
What does Vol do on arena defense? Juicy's reply.
She dies.
Die.
Yeah. Just dies. Yep.
Juicy's so dry that it makes him very funny a lot of times.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Juicy only enters voice chat anymore when Athame enters voice chat. And
That sounds pretty
I
accurate.
love it. I absolutely love it.
Oh, yeah.
Connect coming in with the raid. What's up, Connect? Thank you so much. By the way, if you guys don't know, Connect has been saving the blog post from language errors left and right. This guy is working
Really?
hard correcting stuff. Yes. Us Americans don't notice anything because we're Americans and we don't even pay attention to American stuff, let alone foreign things. Connect is checking out this thing in a variety of languages, and every single blog post, there's like at least 2 errors that he is correcting all on his own by checking these things out and how they're written in foreign languages. So
Very cool. That is a very thankless but very helpful job, so things aren't misconstrued by people
Yes.
in other languages.
Thank
That's
you for
awesome.
making our sloppy American blog post look good internationally. I appreciate that very much,
Yeah,
sir.
that's incredible. Yeah, that's awesome.
Actually,
And
me and Heartgrave and Big Positive Geek caught in English.
yeah, the English
error.
one, that was a good catch there.
Very cool.
What gear tier is this Human Torch chat?
Couldn't tell you. Probably decently.
Oh,
probably
this
at
is
least year
probably
15.
just a pull off of a diamond orb that's random,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah, he's not. I guarantee he's not direct upgrading that. He knows how to play the game. He doesn't have like FU levels of money where he's just upgrading things just because it's not upgraded.
right.
But like, is he higher than most of us? Yeah, for sure. But he's not to like a Kraken level of he's level 99, level 100, going all out already.
Yeah. Be sure to empty out your basic orbs now before the characters come to Red Stars, because I think we're getting Gwenum offers tonight.
Yep.
And unless you're up against the cap, if you're up against the cap, you just save your basic orbs indefinitely, and you're going to take a little bit of a loss, but you can run it up against the cap. It's not a big deal.
And you can go over the
If you're-
cap with the battle
You
pass.
can go over the cap with the battle pass and offers. The only thing you're missing out is some of the random stuff that you collect along the way. We're gonna go raid Mobile Gamer. No, is Mobile really the only person? We raided Mobile last time. I hate doing 2 streamers in a row.
Dorky's playing Pal World.
Do you guys want to go see Pal World? I kind of want to see what Pal World's all about.
Yes, please.
All right, let's go to Dorky's stream, even though it's not a Marvel Strike Force stream, and we'll check that out.
Hey, Run, thanks for the stream.
Thank you for joining me once again on Voice and helping me go over these teams. I love it when people come and hang out on Voice and teach me things about these. And I like it when you guys send me your rosters and come in here on Voice and talk to me about your ideas and your strategies and hear from the horse's mouth what's going on with crazy ideas that are not actually so crazy sometimes.
Honestly, that part's probably more important to you, isn't it, than me and Doolum?
What's that? What part?
That part's probably more important than me and Doolin being here, right?
I don't know. I think if everybody sent me these rosters and nobody showed up in Voice to help me figure some of these high-end stuff out, I'd really be lacking for sure. So I think it's really equal. Appreciate those resubscriptions from Demi Gamer and Windstorm. That was amazing. And to the follows as well. I appreciate that. And Connect for the raid. Thank you guys. Have a great Friday. Be sure to go check out Cleaning Agent's stream tonight. I will definitely be there. And I think Taco is doing happy hour tonight again. I hope so, because I missed him last week. That wasn't cool of him to not be there. I don't think I'm going to be on anybody's stream or cam or anything because I just kind of want to hide out in the shadows. So I'll be lurking. Everybody have a great Friday. This is going to be a pretty good blog post, so stay tuned, and I will catch you guys later. Bye.